Check. Welcome to episode 1 of the Sound Table Podcast with M Theory and Oskeeet in the building today. Oskeeet, 3 E's. Holla at me. How you doing, man?
Let's cheers real quick.
Hey, cheers to that, bro. Welcome to the first episode, the Sound Table. This is a music/hip-hop kind of podcast that we decided
It's
to
been
start.
in the works for a while. We just haven't. This is like the first legit one.
The first one, yeah.
I have
we
my own
wanted to-
podcast. This is the first one I've had video with. This is cool.
This is what I'm saying. Yeah, I wanted to make it legit. I wanted to get it like at least have something visual that we can put on, even if it's low quality for now. It'll be out there. It'll be on YouTube. People will be able to see it, and we got some decent audio and stuff here. So, but yeah, we wanted to do. We're hip hop artists ourselves, podcasters, and we're just lovers of music, to be honest, and we're big hip hop heads.
Hip hop heads. I was just about to say that. Hip hop heads.
Exactly. So that's really what we're about. Is just like that's what we love. That's our passion. But I think you and I both, even being from kind of two different, not generations, but different time periods.
Eras. Yeah.
My point was that we both. I think we both take influence from all kinds of stuff, from all kinds of different music.
Exactly. It's not. This is a majority. It's a hip hop based podcast, but don't get us wrong. We don't only listen to hip hop. I listen to, and people say I listen to everything, but we literally listen to every type of music there is.
Yeah, we're influenced by all kinds of stuff, and
that's what you have to do. If you're an artist, you can't just be influenced by. If I'm a rapper, he's a rapper, but we don't just get influenced by rap. Basically, I have to.
Right.
I have my influences. It could be from movies. It could be from whatever. It doesn't have to just be rap. But rap has been my passion and his passion for years now.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
A long time.
Yeah, and we're cousins, and it's really cool to see like you come up and actually get into it and like actually want to do it and have a super dope talent for it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
definitely.
That's what's cool about it, and so we have a passion for it, and we love it, and we love talking about it. We're always just bullshitting about it right here in this spot here. So
it feels good to actually.
Why not turn the mics on and
exactly
talk about it? You know what I mean? Especially because you've been doing podcasts. You've been podcasting more than I have. How many episodes of the Squadcast or your new one have you done?
I'd say 7, but yeah, it's one of those things. It's not like I don't want to just stick to one craft. I love talking. We're both creative on the creative arts of things.
Exactly.
So I don't want to just make rap music. I love rap music, and I've been doing it for a while. So is he. But
that's just,
podcasting is like the new. It's like when I think about it. Your parents had a Johnny Carson, or so and so had David Letterman. But like now, when we get older and I have kids, I'm gonna be telling my kids about the Joe Rogan podcast and how that was, because that's like the most popular thing in not only podcasting but like just entertainment these days is like the Joe Rogan podcast. And just, I don't know, podcasting is just it's the new thing.
Yeah, I don't think radio will ever really go anywhere. Like we'll always like need like radio, especially if like like the power grid like ever went down. Like radio will still be there. Like you can still do radio waves or whatever.
Exactly.
But it's just an archaic kind of format, and it's starting to show now that the internet. I mean, everything's internet now. You know what I mean? Everything's out there.
And it's only going to get gnarlier and gnarlier with the internet.
Everything's turning digital.
There's no more. I was just talking to him. There's no more. I'm relatively young, but even me, when I was growing up, it was you buy CDs and you put them in your Walkman. Like,
right.
People,
they won't
not
know.
saying
No
kids
one's gonna
these
know about
days,
that.
but kids these days literally don't know what a Walkman is or
and you're
buying
a kid.
CDs. Yeah, I'm technically I'm young.
But that's what's crazy about it. That's how fast like technology is, and how the internet has spread so rapidly, and
everyone has a platform now. I mean, the internet is so accessible.
Exactly, and that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to just like create a platform for ourselves, and and get our stuff out there, and like I said, we sit and talk about this stuff all the time and bullshit, and why not turn the mics on? And,
that's what I was just gonna say.
It's just a long form conversation type of show that we wanted to do, and bring up maybe like news points or just like stuff we want to talk about, or fun little rap shit.
Exactly. I mean, because within my entire life, but just all the conversations I've had with you, other people, but like I was thinking all these conversations, all these freestyle sessions we've had, it's like all these things is like, why don't we like record it? And it's not like let's get famous off this stuff. It's like, why not document this stuff? Cause
it's kind of where it is now. If you want to be doing this kind of stuff, you got to just be constantly creating and putting something new out there and just making something new and just doing that, just getting it out there. That's basically the main thing, you know?
Yeah.
Just keep on creating. Creatives got to create. You can't stop. You got to just keep going, you know what I mean?
And like social media, I see social media in two ways. One, I think it's a cancer in a way, and it's bad.
Yeah.
In a lot of ways, but at the same time, it's like,
no, it is.
For us, it's also amazing because now social media and this whole kind of podcast, what genre, rap genre, whatever, it's like the internet. I have a platform. I can do this. I don't have to sell stuff in the back of radio shop or record stores anymore. I can just do my art and do my craft, and I can upload it and do it myself.
And the whole world can have access to it right then and there.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly. It's super easy, and that's the cool thing. Yeah, it is like a bittersweet type of thing with like social media, I think. Where we have access to so much more information now, but also like our data is being sold and stolen, and
just a lot of people, I mean, I might sound like a hater, but a lot of people that I don't think have too much talent or respect for rap or blah 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 are making it because they also have access to the internet, or
that makes sense,
so they can. I mean, I don't know. I'm not gonna like name drop rappers, but
no, but but that's also just like, I forget who said it, but you know, it also comes with, there's always been like shitty rap out there, you know what I mean?
Of course.
Is it just that there's more people now and, you know, more access to it? It's just, and so we see more of the bullshit, and a lot of the, you know, just like I know you and I both agree on this, but a lot of that bullshit's out there and what is mainstream and popular now, and but it's always kind of been like that, you know. That's the thing, you know.
Exactly. It's always been like that, but now we see more of it because the internet is everything these days.
Exactly.
But yeah, we're here.
But we're here. We're at the sound table,
and we're doing it.
Kind of the play on the round table. We're like the knights of the sound table up in this bitch.
Exactly.
But
we have a lot of hip hop knowledge that I would like to.
But that's the thing. That's why I you know, when we talked about doing this, I was like, I really want to do a music podcast with you. You know what I mean? And like actually like sit down and like make it about, you know, something specific, even though it's like we're kind of making, you know, open range and just kind of go where we go with it. But you know, talk about you know, topics in the music industry or things that pertain to it or you know, interest us in it. I feel like, you know what I mean. So
exactly.
And yeah, if there's anything interesting you think of, let me know. We were talking a bit. We listened you separately. We didn't even plan this, but we've separately both listened to that new Eminem and Logic track.
I listened to it like probably an hour ago for the first time.
What was it called again? Homicide. What would you think of it? Let's start with you. I want to hear what your take is on it. So, and how many times you only listened to it once?
One time.
Okay, same here. I think I listened to like 1.5. I think more like for me.
And I mean, both are talented rappers.
It's hard to judge it on one listen, but
I love Eminem. I think Eminem is,
he can do no wrong.
Yeah, you know,
I mean, in
like,
certain, you know.
And Logic too. I can't sit here and say I'm a Logic fan. I bump his stuff all the time.
No, me neither.
But like, I recognize when someone is a good rapper, like a talented artist. I recognize when there's talented artists. I mean, I can't name you 5, 6, 7 Logic songs, but when I hear Logic, I'm not gonna say he's good. He's a good rapper. He's talented.
He can spit. He can spit.
He's an
Absolutely.
MC. Both of them are MCs, and
so this was the first time they've collabed. That's it, right? They've never done.
I can't say it for
this.
sure, but if I was to guess, I would say yes. This is the first collab.
Yeah. Okay. I think I read that.
And I think it's cool that I remember. A lot of rappers have said this, but I've heard it. I watch a lot of. I don't just listen to rappers. I listen to a lot of their interviews because I also want to know who they are as a person in just conversation, not just rapping. And
yeah,
I think it's cool that.
Same here. Yeah.
I mean, like I said, a lot of people have said this, but like Logic has said, Eminem is one of his inspirations, and then he came up, and now they're making songs together. So I think
that's so cool.
I think it's cool how, you know, stuff like
Same
that
with
pans
like
out.
Joyner Lucas when he got on.
Exactly.
when he was on Kamikaze. That can't think of the song of that too. I'm starting out terribly. Like,
Lucky You.
Love that song. Yeah. But that was the same thing. You could tell Joyner Lucas was influenced by Eminem, and I know he's said that before, but you could just tell from his style and his flow. But you know, I feel like a lot of people are influenced by him nowadays. All these people that tend to rap fast, even though like Eminem didn't invent that, I feel like he redefined it. Yeah. And a lot of people try to emulate him now rather than like Bone Thugs or like Twista or whoever it is, because those are like specific. Well, again, I guess Eminem is still technically Midwest. That's like Detroit, so it's kind of like a thing out there, like to chop it up, to do the chopper. The homeboy D Native, he's from Chicago. He talks about shout out to D Native. We'll get him on the show. But he's from Chicago, and he talked about, you know, that's how they were trying to. That's the style they were trying to emulate. That chop it up like Twista. Do or die shit, you know what I mean?
And I know I've told you this many times, like, because I love Memphis rap. I love 3 6 Mafia, Tommy Wright, blah blah blah. But it's weird how people really don't. 3 6 Mafia, like Southern rap has been my thing forever, and people really
same
don't.
Here actually.
People don't really. I feel like people don't put the respect or give the respect to like Lord Infamous. A lot of people probably don't know who Lord Infamous is, but if you listen to like Migos and stuff,
for real.
And you hear that
directly influenced from that.
It's directly influenced, but they don't give the props where the props due. So like, I don't know. I'm big on respect and respecting elders or respecting people who have done it before you. So,
yeah, exactly.
Because I mean, the reason I started flowing like that is 3 6 Mafia or Southern. That they influenced me to do that stuff. So
that's what's funny. Like I was more on the like New Orleans tip, like with the Cash Money, and then you were more influenced by the Memphis side. That's kind of dope though, because they've come together a couple times too.
And it's crazy how different region. It's all USA, but different regions all have their own. Not trade, I guess trademark you could say. Their own, like if you listen to Southern, it's called funk, PHONK. That's Memphis. You got like the Hot Boys, New Orleans, and then you got like Atlanta, or then my personal favorite is East Coast boom bap rap, and then you got the West Coast gangster rap. So it's crazy how all these different regions have their own patent style of rapping.
Who are you influenced by on the West Coast? What's a West Coast rapper that you either like look up to or
oh man, that's I mean, it's
and
crazy.
I mean there's the obvious ones like in the Bay Area guys like Too Short or
it's crazy because I'm from the Bay. I'm West Coast, and like I was Snoop. Never, it's not that I wasn't a fan, it's just I wouldn't say relate to.
No, I know you gravitate more towards that.
I gravitate to the East Coast sound. I'm super lyrical. I mean, that's
why I asked, because I'm curious, like what West Coast artists like influence you, if there is one. I mean, Kendrick maybe.
Well, Kendrick to me is one
obviously.
Of the best
rappers. He's
going
to influence every rapper from now on till the end of the time. From now on, I think.
Like old school coming up, like I'd say flow wise, like relaxed flow. Like I just love Snoop Dogg's like relaxed, just.
You can't beat that.
I tried it many times, but
yeah, he's not slept on, but he's not talked about in that like up there with like Jay-Z.
Yeah,
I mean maybe he's not as lyrical as Jay, but he's like legend, like
monumental.
That. Yeah,
definitely monumental.
People, it's interesting how like people are like don't, but that might just be because Snoop does so many other things like, and he's an influence
like more
in the
like
community.
He's just like he's a
TV host.
Yeah, he's his own character now. But like like West Coast music, I don't know, man. I'm from the Bay, and there's Andre Nicotina and Mac Dre. But like to be honest, when I was in high school, I was more into Sacramento. When it came down to West Coast, I was bumping the Sacramento shit.
That's dope.
Brother Lynn Chung, he knows this. I consider Brother Lynn Chung like probably he's in like my top 7,
that's
maybe top
so
8.
Tight. Which I'll bring something up later on about Brother Lynch later on in the show, but keep going. My bad.
No, it's just that's another, because Sacramento's not even like that's just like its own little city. It's not even like it's like considered West Coast, but I feel like that's another thing people don't talk about. Really,
there's so much talent out here.
Yeah,
it's ridiculous.
It's weird. It's like almost crazy. Weird. It's like Sacramento is like
it's a hard thing to describe actually, because it's almost like Sacramento wants to be something like Portland or from time, not really like SoCal, but kind of like not LA, I guess, but I don't know enough about LA to like say that it does, but it feels like to me it wants to be more like a Seattle or a Portland, and have, you know, and I feel like arts are important out here just as it is like when I lived up in Humboldt and shit, you know, but there's so much hip hop talent out here, and like our city gets slept on, like.
And like
It's crazy.
I don't listen to Mozzie. I'm not saying he's bad. I don't.
It's just not our style, really. Yeah.
But like I was super excited when I hear this Mozzie dude. He's famous as shit. He's big time.
He was on the Black Panther album, dude. The Black Panther soundtrack. That's on Marvel. That's crazy. That's Kendrick Lamar. Like, yeah. That's big. Yeah, it's big for Sac. Shout out to Mozzie for real, because he is putting Sac on the map right now.
Because I mean, I just moved to this area, and like I grew up listening to. I mean, one of my first MySpace songs was 24 Deep by Brother Lynch. You know what I mean?
Crazy.
And like Hollow Tip.
Like, that blows my mind.
People don't even like
because there's so much rich music out in the Bay. You would think that you would gravitate towards that first.
Yeah, exactly. That's just how I've always been. I like. Cause man, this might sound like blasphemy, but like I love Mac Dre, but in the Bay, I can see why he's the best Bay Area rapper that there ever will be. But like when I was growing up in high school, everyone was bumping Mac Dre, which is totally understandable. But it's like I was the kid. Everyone's bumping like all just the Mac Dre shit, and I was bumping Season of the Sickness.
Did anyone else play that, or did they know what it was? Did you have to show them that shit, or we're like,
I don't even know.
Did you have people that were like really into hip hop and shit that would?
No,
because we're not that far away from each other.
Exactly,
you know?
It's a 2-hour drive, but I really don't know how to explain where I got my hip hop knowledge from. I feel like I've just always been, that was always one of my passions, I guess you could say. I never gravitated towards what's hot or what's everyone's listening to. It's like I like what I like, and I'm not scared to rep or bump or show what I like. So that's what I liked. I mean, Bay Area music's cool too.
Yeah,
but yeah.
That's dope. I love that. So my bad. Back to Eminem and Logic, Homicide. What was your final thoughts? Did you like? You liked it? I mean, what'd you think of the beat? It's kind of just whatever kind of thing, huh?
It's one of those songs. These are like songs like these are songs that I could listen to.
It'll come and go kind of thing.
It'll come and go and it'll always be there. But
is this just a single, or is it on like someone's record, or?
I couldn't even tell you. I'm guessing it's just some
Logic putting
single.
Something new out.
I don't even know.
I don't know either.
But it was good. It was a cool song.
Yeah, I liked it too. It's
crazy to think that.
But the replay value is not really there for me. I don't think.
That's how I feel. Like
I might go back.
I respect it.
The lyrics were dope. The chicka throughout the whole thing was a little much.
Yeah.
And I get what he was trying to do, and Eminem kind of played along with it too, but.
What I will say about Eminem.
Okay, we get it. Chicka.
What I say about Eminem is like I love old school Eminem is unstoppable. Like, and I can't say I was born in '96. His first album came out in '96. Not Infinite, but
not the first big one, but it got big afterwards.
Yeah, exactly. But like old school Eminem, I can listen to that. Even the low quality shit where he was on like weird freestyle shows way back in the day, like that is some of the best. And this isn't me repping Eminem hella hard, but it's like if you were to listen to that old school underground Eminem, you would be like, when people say he's one of the best rappers of all time, like you would, if you heard all that stuff, you'd be like, I can see why people say that.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. Absolutely. Yeah, I like the song. I think yeah, like I was saying, I don't think it's much replay. I don't think I'll go back to it too many times. No. I might go back and because I was interested in the lyrics. They were spitting. They were getting it in.
But you can tell it's good rap. It's nothing you can disrespect and hate on because it's not bad rap.
You know what's funny about Logic too is like I didn't even realize that I liked Logic. And I've been listening to him for a long time before I even realized. I knew the name, and I didn't like put two and two together. But basically, I used to listen to Pandora on my phone.
Yep.
And you know how Pandora would just pop up. I put in Atmosphere Radio or whatever, and and Logic's album, one of his old like underground albums would come up all the time, and I'd listen to that shit. And then I would listen to that from front to back, and I was like, oh, I like this guy. He's really dope. And he kind of reminded me of like Prolific. I don't know if you know who that is, or
I've heard of that name.
Someone else. Anyway, but
he's cool.
I liked it, and then but later on he got super famous somehow. I don't even remember what song was his big hit. It wasn't the Suicide Line one, but it was before that.
No, yeah, it was before
right.
that. Yeah.
So, but like then I was like, oh yeah, and I like never really paid attention to him because I thought it was just like okay, whatever, you know. And then I realized later on, I'm like, oh shit, I listened to his underground album and actually really liked it back in the day. I just never even like revisited it. But
that's what I was saying about interviews. I like watching interviews. Like I said, I'm not a huge Logic diehard fan, but I like watching interviews of people, and he seems like a dude that is really respectable, understands hip hop, respects it, and because there's some rappers out like they can make catchy songs. You listen to their interviews, and you're like, I don't even want to listen to this dude anymore. He doesn't have respect for the game. It's just I don't know. That's just how I kind of have I don't want to say I have a hater mindset, but I'm very hesitant on giving respect to rappers these days because I'm all about respecting the craft, and so. And the knowledge and the history of it. So
that's what it's about, yeah. And it's not easy to find that for sure nowadays. That's for damn sure.
Yeah. Respect is
Yeah, he. I forget. I think that was what was the Netflix thing that they did that was the art of rap or something like. No, it wasn't.
It was
art
like
of rap.
episodes, right?
Yeah. And I watched that Logic one, and that was really cool. He was, you could tell in that he was really emotional about certain things, and you know what, he deserves it. He does this thing, you know what I mean, and all that crowd, the people fuck with him, you know what I mean. Like they showed that video of like that crowd like saying every one of his words, you know what I mean. So,
oh yeah, I mean, if you can sell out show, I don't know, because like Logic's he's a good artist. He's gonna be known in 20 years down the line.
He'll be around for sure. Oh, absolutely.
He'll be in the.
I'm gonna bring the drink out here too, so we don't have to jump back in and like fuck the podcast up. But
go for it.
That's why I was gonna say this. That's why I was gonna move on to this for a second. I don't know. Did you go ahead? What were you gonna say?
I'm just all out to end this topic is like I was saying. Not a die. I don't have to know everything about a certain rapper or know every one of his songs, but if you come off with respect and you know knowledge for the rap game, because I'm passionate about it. I'm passionate about not just the greats or just the respect and the history of the game and the history of the rap game. So when people have that, I respect it. Even if I don't know, I can't name all your albums and all your songs. If you have respect and you respect the history, then you get my respect.
There might be that. That's why I check for everything. Like I check out the new shit, like because you never know. There might be that one song that I'm like, oh shit, this is Logic. Like I fucking like this song. This might make me go and like listen to the whole album. You know what I mean? So, which I did. I listened to his last whole one and I liked it. It wasn't my favorite thing that came out that year, but there was so much fucking music that came out last year. But
I know last year was good for music.
Oh, so many. We can get into that. But I was gonna say, speaking of Eminem, we can get through this. But I did read on Ambrosia for Heads earlier that the word "stan" was put into the dictionary.
Yeah.
Did you see this?
Oh yeah.
Say something about that real quick. I'm gonna grab the drink.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, Eminem. I don't know how to explain it because like. Okay, when he was coming up, when Eminem was at his peak, I guess you would say, I was 3, 4, 5, 6. So when I was like in kindergarten, like you hear about Eminem, but I didn't know much about him. And I'm 22. I just started really listening to Eminem, and not studying it. It's not studying Eminem. Or yeah, I guess I'd say studying him, but I didn't start studying Eminem till I was 18, 19, and like that's way past his fucking prime or whatever. So I feel like I don't know, I don't want to get too specific with why my reasons why, but I honestly think Eminem is underrated in some ways and disrespected in some ways. Maybe because the shit he says, he pushes boundaries and he says a lot of he's in his career he said a lot of he's disrespectful in his raps, but he's one of my influences where he really doesn't give a fuck what he says in his lyrics.
Right.
He's one of my biggest influences when it comes down to like, I have a lot of stuff I like to say in rap. Or just in general. I like to push boundaries, not to get attention, but it's like I like dark humor and jokes that can push buttons. I'm into that stuff. So when I listen to him, or when I was like studying his shit, I realized like he kind of influenced me. He's like he did it. Like I want to do that, and it wasn't like I just came up with dark humor or messed up topics to talk about. It's like I've always had those in my mind. I've had my opinions, but after listening to him, when I finally started like actually giving him a chance, which he deserves, I was like, this influenced me to say my dark stuff that I want to talk about.
For sure.
Instead of just like, because it's not me being fake and saying like, oh, he says this, so I'm going to come up with, I like dark humor. I like pushing boundaries. I like talking about topics that might offend people, not to offend someone on purpose, but I like shock factor. I don't want to just rap about going to the bar, popping whatever drugs everyone's doing and wearing designer clothes. That sounds generic, but it is generic. Like,
right, exactly. You want to be unique. You want to stand out, for sure.
I want to stand out, and it's not me being fake to stand out. It's like I want to stand out because this is my personality. This is who I am. I've always been this way. I want to say what I want to say, and then there you go. You'll get it. I like shock factor. I like pushing boundaries. I like saying things that can piss people off. And it's not it's not, I don't know how to explain it. It's not a front or anything. It's just like I've always been that guy. Like I like, you know, kind of taking shots at people or taking shots at certain subjects. And it's not just be ignorant. It's just like because I come at it like he did in a funny / intelligent way.
So are you and I both technically stans though? Is that what we are? Is that?
Nah, I'm not a stan.
Okay, me neither, because I'm a huge fan of Eminem. And yeah, technically I am, but also I don't fucking buy into this pop culture fucking bullshit like I'm a stan or I'm a I don't know, what do they call Britney Spears' fans, or there's like
fucking not groupies,
or no, what am I thinking? What's the Beyonce, like the Beyonce's hive, like the beehive, like it's just something fucking like that, basically, and that's why I don't play into that shit. So that's why I don't like being. So I think Stan is really corny and stupid.
Yeah, I don't hop on any other.
But I get. It's just I can't believe that's what it's a word. It's like actually, but bling bling's in the dictionary too, I guess. So fucking A.
I don't hop onto a.
Is that strong enough for you? My bad.
Oh yeah, you're fine. I don't hop onto any. I wouldn't be a stand not for Eminem. I wouldn't be a stand for one of my favorite rappers is Big L, Sean Price, GZA, Jay, whatever. It's like I just like what I like. I'm not gonna obsess over someone. I just show respect where it's due, and that's what I like. And you know, I mean, I want to be a stand for myself. I want to be a stand for like fucking my friends that are trying to come up. My cousin Theory that's coming up. Like,
yeah. No, I feel you. No, like exactly.
My boy Swoosh. Like that's who I want to really just root on, because I mean. What's the point of being a stand for Eminem or Jay? Like they've made it, they've paid their dues, they've already made their money. I'm trying to be,
and you're gonna check their shit anyways, no matter what.
And
like,
it's so accessible.
It's Eminem, of course.
Like I got my boy Swoosh, I got my boy Theory, like they're very talented artists that aren't well known or whatever. I'm not well known. I personally think I'm good, so
hell yeah.
I just I push. I will support who I think is a legit MC because I'm very educated with rap. So if I think, because I got some, I wouldn't say buddies. I know a lot of people in San Jose that, I mean, not name dropping for two reasons, because I don't want to fucking start shit and I don't want to give anyone too much credit. But my hometown, you want to root your hometown on. I don't want to root my hometown on like that. Like if I don't think you're good and you rep in San Jose, like I'm not gonna fucking root for you.
No,
that sounds negative, but like to me, it's not being negative. It's just being real.
You're just about that talent. You're about that the real shit, the real music. Something that has some substance behind it, that has some like thought behind it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And not just like trying to make another mumble trap track, you know.
It's not even it's that, but it's also like
or cookie cutter, even just anything.
Cookie cutter, kind of like fake, just kind of swaggy. Like there's some people making music videos that people I know, and it's like coming off like they're living lifestyle. I'm like, I know who you are. You're not living that lifestyle, boss. That's been around since the beginning of rap too, huh? The thing is, that's not even rap. That's like that's
just
why I said social media is a cancer.
Right? Yeah.
Social media gives everyone the platform to come off like they're living this lavish lifestyle. It's like, no, dude, you're not paying bills, blah blah blah. I mean, I'm not trying to. That's getting off topic. I'm just saying
that reminds me of a video that popped up. Did you see that video of that kid who pretended to be rich on Twitter, or no?
Lavish?
Was it Twitter or
his name? It's Lavish.
Something like that. Maybe, I don't know. I don't remember. Did you see that? And he goes on. He was I think he was a British kid. And maybe he was like, he might have been 18, I don't know, 16, 17, 18, somewhere around there. But he would just like go on, he went on Instagram, I think, and he photoshopped all these like fake pictures of him like buying like Ferraris and shit and like pretending that he was like super rich because he couldn't get any. Oh no, it was Tinder. That's what it was. He put pictures on Tinder to make it look like, because he was like on a dating app to prove that women just were looking for, like, he couldn't get any likes by himself, you know what I mean? He couldn't get a swipe. And then as soon as he started pretending to be rich, like all these girls started liking him and shit. You know,
and it's crazy. It's like,
and he just was fucking with them. It was funny.
I'm still a hater and I still have negative thoughts towards shit like that. But as I get older,
I don't see that. I don't see you as a hater. Real, recognize real.
Yeah, real. So
that's all it is.
I don't know, like social media, like I can't get down with this just front of coming off like you're doing something you're not. It's almost to a couple years ago I'd be hating I'd be hating and calling these fools out and blah blah blah. But now it's just getting to the point where it's like, it's almost just sad that people are that self-conscious and insecure that they got to come off like, I would never flex a paycheck. I would never flex a new car. I would never, because no one needs to know what I'm doing. No one needs to know if I did make a lot of money or did do this. Like, you got to do stuff for yourself. You don't need to let everyone know, and that's why I think social media is shit.
Yeah, to us, that's cool. Real hip hop. You know what I mean?
I love real hip hop, and I recognize real hip hop. And if I think you're good, I'll let you know. And if I don't think you're good, I'll probably still let you know.
Damn straight. Well, we know Eminem's good. We know Logic's good.
Yeah.
We've gone through that. Did you... So, yeah, we lost John Singleton. Speaking of West Coast artists, actually...
it's weird, bro.
Rest in peace to John Singleton, who was a really, really big, influential director and directed some of my favorite fucking movies of all
Poetic
time.
Justice?
Poetic Justice?
Higher Learning?
I think so. I don't.
Or is that
don't quote me on that one.
Don't quote me, boy. I ain't say shit.
Oh shit, that ties right in. Boys in the Hood, right there.
That's
bro.
what I said. See, that's that knowledge, bro.
Okay, Boys in the Hood for sure. I know Four Brothers is one of my favorite movies that he's ever done.
John Singleton directed that.
Fuck shit? Yeah, bro. One of my favorites. He did Too Fast, Too Furious. I guess I'm trying to think of what else he did off the top. I know he's worked on so many things. He was a producer of some show that was on Snowfall, I think. I haven't watched that, but I think that was the last thing he was working on.
Boys in the Hood, my 6th grade birthday. Bro. I asked my dad for my 6th grade birthday. Yeah, talk about
Boys in the Hood for a minute.
Well, tell me about it.
Wait, 6th grade? This is the first time you saw it?
No. 6th grade, I asked for the Boys in the Hood box set DVD with a shirt and behind the scenes DVD, like 2 different DVDs.
What? So you'd already seen it or no?
Oh yeah, that's why I asked for it. I was like, that was my 6th grade birthday present from my dad, and I love how he's not entwined with any of the fucking rap or.
He got it for you?
I still have it in my room somewhere.
Shut the fuck up!
Yeah, dude.
Wow.
That's
fucking awesome, dude.
That's
way doper than any story I have about it, dude. That's crazy. Even 6th grade and you wanted that shit.
It's like a yellow big ass box, Cuba Gooding and fucking Ice Cube. Say it on a 6'4" for the cover. I was like, that was my 6th grade birthday present.
Ricky.
Yeah.
Oh my god, no, I love that fucking movie from beginning to end. It's one of my favorites of all time. Ice Cube, yeah. Lawrence Fishburne.
Oh, God.
So fucking good in that movie, dude.
Tapping into West Coast, I want to talk about, it's already been talked about for like 3 weeks straight now, but Nipsey Hussle.
I wrote that down on the bottom too. Rest in peace to Nipsey Hussle too, because it's been a month or so now, at least
at most, but
a little over maybe. And this is just our first time doing this, so yeah, it was our first time talking about it. But
he's one of those.
Go ahead. Talk a little bit about Nipsey, because I want to know what his influence was on you, or where did you listen to him? Or you fan?
No, I heard songs, and I wouldn't say he's a bad rapper, but like I was saying about Logic, and Nipsey Hussle he's never been. I'm not gonna sit here and say I was bumping his shit all the time, but he was one of those dudes where I would watch his interviews. Dude was smart as fuck, and he was a super positive influence, and
absolutely.
Which is good. Like, these are good things. This is what like hip hop needs. And like, I'm not from South Central. I can't relate to all the shit he's saying, but how he gave back to the community. It's like, that's these positive type of things, especially in hip hop, because hip hop's a brutal fucking game.
Real talk.
So when I got I saw a picture or whatever on Instagram, Nipsey, I was like, that's a hard one to fucking swallow. Nipsey Hussle's dead. Like,
yeah,
I'm not his
really,
fan. I wasn't
really
a huge.
random.
I can say, how about this? I wasn't a huge fan of his music. I was a huge fan of Nipsey Hussle as a person. You feel me?
Yes, same here. And I didn't know much about him until after he passed.
I'm not gonna front and say here, blah blah blah. His song was sick. This album was sick. It's just like I always knew about him.
Yeah,
I always knew about the dude, and I always thought he was a really good.
I always knew the name, and I just never, I think when he came out, I was really on my fucking underground tip. Like fucking, if you're not boom bap shit, I'm not listening to it. Like what I mean? Like I was on that. I was like, if you're not Atmosphere or ASAP Rock, I was like,
And it's I was the same way, and I. Squirrel people. But I realized like you were saying, if it's not ASAP Rock, it's not Slug, whatever, that's how I was. If it's like it's not what I like, blah blah blah. But I kind of as I get older, I mature, and
yeah, you look back, he had some great music. Like,
it's not looking back, it's that you mature, and like you don't need to stick to your group of rappers you like. You got to give everyone a chance, and not everyone, I mean, I've tried to, I'll just straight up say it, I've tried to give like these little rappers, like literally little whatever rappers a chance.
LILs.
Yeah, and it's just, those rappers are a joke. But it's good to have not just with rap, but with everything, it's good to have an open mind to everything, to someone else's opposing opinion at work.
Of course,
or
yeah.
someone's maybe political views. I mean, I'm not political, but I'm just saying,
we're all human. We can all, whatever our views are, we can like sit. That's what's cool about podcasts. You see it on Joe Rogan all the time. People could just sit and talk shit out and like have a
that's why I love
a discussion, a long form discussion. It's a long form discussion.
That's why I love podcasts, bro.
Arguing, back and forth for 6 minutes and then click, you're off or whatever.
That's why I love podcasts, and that's why I want to do this. This podcast is when you look at Fox and CNN. That's all political shit. But when I like how podcasts, especially the internet. It's not like you won't see Joe Rogan on Fox News or whatever, which is a good thing because. Who smokes a blunt with Elon Musk?
Only Joe Rogan. Only.
But like no one can do that. You know what I'm saying? So like you can just podcast it's a beautiful thing, man. You can do whatever you want. You can make it how you want. There's no restrictions to it. I don't want to get signed from some label or however podcasting works. I want to do this and talk about what I want to talk about, what he wants to talk about, what he wants to talk about.
But that's what's cool about it too, is we can do it independent. That's the power of the internet right there, is that we can go direct to the fans, or we can go direct to the listener.
And that's what I was doing when I'm running my own podcast. I'll talk about what I want to talk about, but I like getting not that I have fans, but I have supporters, which is also my friends.
Of course,
I like
that's where it's got to
asking
start.
them or asking. I want to talk about what other people want to talk about. You know what I mean? I don't want to just sit here and spit my opinions or my interests. I want to talk about and open my mind to blah blah blah, my friend blah blah blah, or someone I just met blah blah blah. Like I want you want me to talk about that? I'll try. I'll give you my view on that, and I want to hear your view, and that just it creates good content.
So rest in peace to Nipsey. Rest in peace to John Singleton. What the Nipsey Hussle brings up, I know Big L is one of your big influences. What's some other? I mean, there's so many rappers that have passed, and whether it be violently or sickness or whatever it is, what's another maybe one or two that were influential on you that are gone now?
Sean Price.
Of course, Sean Price. I've been hearing his name come up a lot more lately. Yeah, really? It's weird. I don't know if it's just you and like manifesting it like around me or whatever, but
Sean Price.
I pulled up I was listening to a Master Ace song earlier.
Wow, Master Ace.
Yeah, it's a pretty recent one. I was just flipping through YouTube, whatever. But he had a line about Sean P, and now I can't fucking remember. It was so awesome, and I was like, it reminded me of you. And someone else on my Facebook earlier today mentioned Sean Price about something that he said. Yeah, and I should have just tagged you in it, but I didn't.
Sean Price is in my top 5 of all time. He's in, and I'm not saying you have to know Sean Price or you have to bump his shit, but like Sean Price is in my top 5, and not everyone knows him. Not everyone knows who Helter Skelter is, but like that's where my rap knowledge comes from. I'm not trying to talk just about me and my knowledge, but like
I'll find it later.
I don't even know if I'm gonna say my top 5, but like you and me, our top 5s are so much different than like the generic top 5s that I always hear, because I feel like it's people spit their top 5s to not gravitate, but like not even correlate, but kind of just relate to what everyone else, the Tupac, the Biggie, the
yeah,
Jay-Z,
those are
like,
obvious ones, you know what I mean? But there's so much other good rap out there, and a lot of it just, you know, like I still, you think about Atmosphere, like Atmosphere is super famous now, and they're huge.
Slug is one of the best rappers to ever fucking touch a microphone,
and that's the thing, like who else? I mean, people probably say that, but when do you ever hear it? You know what I mean?
Because I mean, I remember hearing Atmosphere, like the God Loves
My
Ugly,
favorite,
or
down.
like
God,
I don't remember
such a good album.
Is that an album? That's an album, right?
Whoops, yeah, that's an album and a song. That's a whole thing. Yeah.
I remember hearing that shit in high school, but like he's just another person like Eminem or okay, not Atmosphere. That's another thing. Atmosphere is not a person. Atmosphere is not a person.
Atmosphere is the crew or the band, basically. Yeah,
but
Slug.
Well, Atmosphere, Overcast. That's like
Overcast.
I heard,
old school, 90s shit.
Like Atmosphere,
amazing album,
is heard in high school. People put shit on their MySpace. It sounds cool, but then like later on in life, which I kind of get bummed about, that I don't jump on these things earlier than I wish I should have. But like,
that was where my next topic was gonna go. But you can finish your thought.
Just hold that. Yeah, just a quick little thing is that Atmosphere is one of those few groups. Slug's one of those few rappers where you always hear about him, you know about him, but you know certain songs about him. I dove deep into Atmosphere and I dove deep into Slug, and I was like, holy shit. Like this is like
you could dive
top
deep too.
Notch rap music, like ever, not just for that time, but like ever. Some
of the most emotional shit, some of the most like,
oh my God,
real, some of the most just like so like just day to day like real ass person type of rap, like almost just like I can't even think of. I think it's on either it's on like Lucy Ford. I think there's a song where he's just like he gets up, you know, goes to the record store, checks out like some comic book, like just like whatever he's doing, like goes and like, you know, does his whatever, like, and it's just like, man, but he makes like that shit sound super dope, like him just like him going through his day, and he's just such a really good storyteller and able to flip shit on you at the last second. And that's my favorite thing, like the song that he did about his dad, I thought yesterday. I thought I saw you yesterday. And the whole time you think he's talking about his ex-girlfriend or whatever, and he's really talking about his dad. You don't know about it until the last word of the whole song.
He said, was it? He thought he saw him on a bus or saw him on some. I remember whatever he said. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, he says I thought I saw you yesterday, but it couldn't because you passed away, Dad. Like, holy shit, what?
Yeah.
The first time I heard that, I bought that CD. That was like one of the first Atmosphere albums I bought, When Life Gives You Lemons. And I don't know how we got on Atmosphere, but that was one of the first ones I bought, even though I was a fan beforehand, and I just never really got into him like super deep. And then Aaron kind of reminded me of him, and I was like, oh shit.
Shout out Aaron G.
Oh shit, Aaron G. Shout out.
I want to work with you someday, bro.
It's going down.
You guys have
I got some
fucking
ideas.
Music. I'm the young gun.
I got shit going down.
I'm the young gun that wants to hop on this shit.
It's going down, bro. Stay Earthly Records. Oh, that's what I meant to say at the top of the. But we're already 40 minutes in. But I meant to say at the top. Represent Stay Earthly Recordings is sponsoring this.
Hey, you know what?
Shout
out to you know what? I want to give a little quick.
Yeah, give a shout out. Or if you want, we can save it till the end because I have shout outs to give too. So if you want to give some.
Well, it's not a crazy thing. Go for it. It's just a little Stay Earthly. I'm not trying to take over the mic right now, but just because you brought up Stay Earthly, which
this is
I
both
respect,
you and me podcast.
Which I love about my cousin right now, not only because he's family and he's a rapper, but Stay Earthly. I'm going to put this clip out there, but on my Instagram or whatever, but Stay Earthly was my idea way back in the day. I was in this little skate crew. We made a skate crew, wanted to make clothes. I made shirts. I made jackets. And that name, I don't know. My little homie Austin, I don't know what you're doing right now, bro. But that name, Austin. Stay Earthly, that was the shit. And I really wanted to push. I've always wanted to push my own label, not to get rich, but I wanted to I wanted to be my own creator.
Independent.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
And so
same here.
It's been what, 6 years since I was making shirts, making clothes, skateboarding hella hard every day, and this guy right here brought back that fucking name one day. He just made a Stay Earthly Records graphic, and I was just like, holy shit, dude, I'm down with the Stay Earthly thing. So
it just popped in my head one day. Go ahead.
No, that's just when you sent me that picture of Stay Earthly. Shout out fucking Adam Barner. Yeah. Shout out Scott McCoy. Shout out all you motherfuckers that were fucking rocking with that shit back in the day. Because you know what, I'm still trying to push that shit. So is he. And now it's gonna get more legit.
Yeah, and we want it to be everything. We want it to be clothing. We want it to be music. We want it to be our podcasts like this, our music videos, our movies, comic books, whatever we're gonna plan on doing. Like we're gonna put it under Stay Earthly.
This guy right here
banner,
is an insane artist.
Oh shit! Thank you.
Not just music, but like he's making my my little EP cover. So I'm gonna cop some
music
shirts.
Coming soon.
We're gonna make some shirts, and to all the few that were rocking with my shit, that were buying fucking t-shirts from me in high school for $20, I'm gonna lace you guys up for shit for free.
Show.
Straight up. That's all I feel.
It.
I'm not here trying to sell anyone shit. I mean, I gotta sell shit to fucking pay bills or whatever, but just letting anyone know out there, I'm gonna put this on my Instagram. All you fuckers out there, my homies,
represent.
I'm lacing you guys up for rocking with me way back in the day.
The true ones from back in the day, the real ones, the day ones.
That's another thing. Do you have anything you want to talk about? I feel like I'm talking.
No. Go
so
ahead.
Much.
Yeah, no. We're kind of we've kind of blasted through topics, so we're just chilling. I think we just let it go now. And I got a couple, maybe something else to bring up. But yeah, go ahead, man. Whatever you want to talk about. Chilling.
I mean, you could relate to this too. You've been doing it longer than me, but I really respect, and I get really not emotional and crying, but I just get super happy thinking about the people in my circle, and the people. There's a lot of kids I didn't even know that well, that really like supported me with my music shit, and even the Stay Earthly shit, but like especially with music, because that's like my passion, that I've like really not embarrassed to like say your shit's cool, or just to back me up and let me know my shit's good and talk about my shit, because you know what, like that goes a long way, bro. I'm not out here trying to get millions of dollars. It would be cool, but at the end of the day, I want respect, and I want people to respect me and give me respect for what my craft is. So, and like you, like how you had Syndicate 916, and you have people that you've played shows, and people.
Yeah, there's always gonna be those ones that whether they do music with you, whether they're not musically talented, and they're a fan and they support you. Like there's always gonna be those like one or two people. Like my brother is like one of those people. Like for me, like who just like is a fan of mine. Like which is really cool. Like one of my true fans. My boy Struan. Shout out my boy Struan Forensic. I gave out two names. I gave out your first and last name. I guess fuck it. But shout out to you, because you're one of my true like diehard like day one fans that like knows my fucking lyrics like when I come out.
Exactly.
Which is crazy to me. Like just that one person does that, or like Brian like loves Recreate so much. Like I'm just like, what?
When I'm here, when I made whatever certain songs with you, when you told me Coast is rapping my lyrics.
Yeah, like, what the he knew all the lyrics.
Like that goes so long. I don't have a Twitter that's verified. I don't have thousands of followers, but when I hear that someone was rapping my lyrics, that's me making it, because I'm not here selling my soul or trying to get on fucking TV. The fact that someone knows my lyrics, I know his lyrics. When I rap my shit that we record and he knows my lyrics, that goes a long way. Coming from an artist standpoint, if you're not an artist, you might not think too much of it.
I'm a fan. We're all fans of each other, and I talk about that with Coast and D too. About how they say they're fans of mine, I'm fans of theirs. Like some of D Native's solo shit is insane sounding. Like I don't know if you've listened to much of it, but it's just like it's so smooth and so chill.
He's a good artist.
Amazing, yeah.
This might make me sound like cocky or arrogant, but like it's just how I feel, and how I'm very strict with rap and who I get on tracks with, and that's not because you got to pay me $100 to get on. No, it's not. Nothing to do with money. Nothing to do with image or respect. It's just it has to, all it is respect. Is if I respect your artistry, same with you. Like, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna sit here and lie. If I didn't fuck with your shit, I would be like, I'll just pass. I wouldn't want to rap with you.
No, of
not
course.
just you, but anyone.
I've definitely done that before.
And it's like not me being a dick, but it's like
because I don't know what your experience is like, but I've rapping for over 20 years. You come in contact with a lot of MCs, there's a lot of rappers out there, and not all of them are that great. But you either work with them and you find that out, or you just know already, and you're like, maybe not. You know what I mean? I don't know what your experience is like, but
I haven't had too much. I've had certain kids. I've even had. Oh man, I feel bad because some of these dudes I love to death. They're not even rappers. They're just some of my buddies. I want to hop on tracks. I'm not gonna name names because you probably know who you fucking are out there. I love you either way, but I can't rap with some of you guys, and it's not because I'm fucking famous, but it's like
no, that's like I'll tell that to Brian's face. You know, well, I guess he's not really trying to do it though. He's not trying to like.
He's not on my radar. But like for real,
B minus.
But like, I mean, like I said, I'm not out here making money. I haven't made a dime off this shit. I haven't sold any shit. I probably won't ever even sell anything because I don't buy music. But there's certain, I just want to rap with who I think, and it's not a competition. I want to rap with who I think is just as good or better than me and who I respect as an artist.
Of course.
Shout out to my boy Swoosh, who you've heard his shit.
Shout out
and you know,
Swoosh. He's amazing.
He's raw.
Super raw.
He's raw.
Super raw. He still does it, right? Or he doesn't? He needs to.
I really hope you're still doing it. I don't know if you're still doing it. I haven't heard shit in a while.
Hit up Swoosh and see where he's at.
Yeah,
make sure he's get him on a Stay Earthly track.
Exactly.
Fuck yeah, bro. He's amazing, dude.
Yeah. I don't know. It's just.
In fact, he'd be a perfect if you were to do like 1 or 2 features. Like he'd be a perfect feature to get on your little project.
I'd want to get featured on his project.
Of course.
I can't. Swoosh. You're one of those guys out there. The fact that me and you were rapping way back in the day, I'm gonna look back on this in like 10 years and be like, damn, I was rapping with Swoosh, man. Like me and him were doing shit back in the day. Like my shit was
super talented. Yeah, his recordings are amazing.
Yeah.
He's got a knack for it, but so are yours. And like, I think you guys complement each other well. Actually,
yeah, exactly.
And one day I fantasize about you guys coming back together and making a whole record when we're like really Stay Earthly, and we got some real money to throw around, and we could just.
I'm
go
here.
out
I've always wanted to rap with you,
shit.
but now I'm here with you, so I have access to that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So there's a certain people out there. It's like Swoosh. He's not a famous rapper. We're not famous rappers, but that's like a project. If I had a Swoosh project, Oskeeet 3 E's a Swoosh project, like that would be. That's a goal.
Oh fuck yeah, dude! That would be amazing.
Yeah. So
we'll make that happen eventually one day.
But we got shit coming.
Sacramento, we're in Sac Town, bro.
916
in the building.
408 to the 916.
That's right.
I'm happy with this move, to be honest.
I'm glad you're here. I mean, it's good to be close to family, and especially we're doing music together and shit. Speaking of Sacramento artists, you brought up Brother Lynch earlier. You brought up Mozzie earlier. There's another one named X-Rated. I know you know of.
It's crazy that
who's been in jail for what was it, 20 something years?
He was
22.
I think he
just got out. Shout out
X-Rated.
Shout out to X-Rated. One of the other Sacktown legends. That he's like number 2, right below Lynch, I think. Known wise.
I was gonna agree with you, and then I realized like. I didn't realize how fucking famous X-Rated was, dude. I did not realize how big he was.
Because he's huge out here, dude. Like, everyone knew who he was. We were bumping his shit. We were bumping the album that he recorded in jail, in the car in high school, man. Like, dude. I don't remember any of it. But I'm telling you, like, he was big out here. And, like, the CDs were everywhere. He put out a few. I think he did, like, 2 or 3 out of jail. And over the phone, bro. Over the phone. Shitty quality.
That's dedication, because that's when you love rap. You rap over a jail phone.
Exactly, dude. Amazing. It's amazing. But never been one of my favorites or anything.
No, yeah, me neither.
But I guess now he's out of jail, which is cool. I don't really know the whole story behind everything, but he's out. He's doing music. He's already put out like 1 or 2 tracks, I think, or maybe something. But he's got an album coming.
What'd you say he signed to?
He just apparently signed to a record company called RBC Records, which is distributed by Sony BMG. So that's huge.
Yeah.
For him.
And he's
never been on something like that before. I mean, he was on part of, I think he was Black Market back in the day with Lynch, I think. When they were like first starting up. But But yeah, that's a big thing. So I mean, so the album, I forget sorry for not remembering the name of the album, but he tweeted this all out and said that it was coming out, soon, and yeah, it's just a cool thing to see someone from the town, the city, just like fucking sign a deal like that. Because
I was saying about interviews.
But go ahead.
Well, I was just gonna say how I was saying about interviews, how I watch rappers' interviews. I didn't know. I mean, it's hard to access X-rated interviews because he was locked up for days.
Right.
He gets out and he does, the Thizzler. It's like Thizzler's like Bay Area.
Like a news, like hip hop news show.
Yeah, but they're like a
like
promoter,
a forum or whatever.
Not not a club promoter, but like they have a YouTube show. They like put the new Bay Area on, or not. It's just like it's not a label, but it's its own like company or whatever. But he had an interview on Thizzler, and it's like that's another person you just gotta watch certain interviews with certain rappers. X-Rated is smart as fuck.
For real though, he really is.
I was mind blowing, dude. I mean, you listen to fools rap about doing drive-bys and shooting your fucking family up, and yeah, that's ignorant or whatever. However, but I mean, it could be good rap. It sounds good, but
yeah,
if you listen to them talk,
it's
it's
life
like
they live.
It's the life they live. But if you listen to them talk, don't be blinded by the lyrics certain people say, because some of them are smart as fuck. I mean, I've even heard of Gucci Mane interviews. I'm just like, Gucci's smart. He's smart. Like certain rappers like that.
Fuck yeah.
You have to be. You have to be at.
No, I think that you have to be smart to be like that if you think about it, because just because I think he panders to Gucci Mane in particular, who I think panders from time to time to what's popular and he kind of like made this sound a little. A lot of people now kind of try to be
Trap Lord.
Gucci Mane,
the trap god, dude.
So he started it kind of, but he also was just kind of doing what was ever pop and what was popular at the time when he first came out. And so, but he knows that that's a smart move. It's not. I mean, I don't want to call Gucci Mane a sellout, but it was kind of a sellout thing to do. And maybe he's smart. He made his money. He's fucking there.
He did it in like a smart way though, because he already was. I mean, he's a really good example on selling out without being fake about it. Because I mean, selling out, when you think of selling out, you think of fake and changing your whole image or whatever. But like,
no, he didn't do that. No, I'm not.
He sold out in like a financially smart way, because he's not the. I mean, I can't think of a good example where a rapper underground and then they sell out and they don't rap the same at all anymore, and they realize it's a money move. Because I mean, like I said, you can think of selling out as a kind of a fake, like a front, like I was this artist, but now I'm gonna change my style because that's what everyone eats up. It's gonna give me more money, which is that's how most sell out. But
right,
I don't even know if you consider how Gucci would sell out. It's kind of just like he kind of maybe just adapted. You know what I mean?
For sure,
adapted to what's gonna benefit his career. Because I can't think of a good example of like a rapper who was really good, sold out, and now he's trash. But like, it happens a lot. It's really normal for that to happen.
Tyga?
I've always hated Tyga.
I don't think I've never really liked.
But he's
what about Currency? No.
Dude, I think Currency's fucking dope.
I think Currency's dope too. I don't think he
sold out because he's always kept the real. And like, you know what? Here's a good example. Here's a good example of someone that, not on a bad sellout, a smart. I don't want to say sellout, but a smart move was like Wiz Khalifa.
For sure.
I never liked Wiz Khalifa. I've never bumped his shit. Everyone in high school,
I was a fan of
everyone
his.
in high school was riding his fucking ball sack in high school. I never fucked with it.
He's not my favorite. He's not the best rapper either.
But what he did is so
I like his
smart,
shit.
And he doesn't have to make. He can go the rest of his career not making one song ever again, and he will be set. And his son will be set. The rest of his son's life.
True that.
The rest of Wiz's life. So I don't know.
Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that at all.
But, if you can find
I fuck with Wiz. You don't really fuck with his shit.
Music wise, no. I mean, he's just one of those other people. Like as a
that's
person,
cool. Like that's everyone's opinion.
I'm not gonna hate on Wiz and say Wiz is trash. Like he's a fucking no one fucking like blah blah whatever. I don't like him. It's smart. It's because at the end of the day, the rap game's a business. What were we gonna say?
Okay, on a scale, where would you put? Trying to think how to word it, but where would you put Wiz Khalifa on a scale of Soulja Boy being 1 And like, I don't know, not someone too heavy lyrical at 10, but like let's say,
I'm trying to think of someone not new but like recent new, you know what I mean, in the last like 10 20 15 years. If Soulja Boy's number one, fuck, Wiz Khalifa's not close to Soulja Boy in a positive way. He's way better than Soulja
way better,
Boy.
Right? Okay, that's what I'm saying. Like Soulja Boy, or like it's so hard to because it's so subjective.
I mean, Currency could be a good
man.
one, but Currency's like on the same type of level as Wiz. I mean, Currency gets his respect. Soulja Boy is just a character. He's not even like, if you think about it, is anyone bumping
I guess
Soulja
I was
Boy?
thinking more lyrical. Like where would you put Wiz on a scale of Soulja Boy to, let's just say like Exhibit. Just as an example. I mean, Exhibit's like way up there, but I'm just thinking of a West Coast artist who's got like some dope lyrics. He's not super like popular right now, but
well, Wiz.
That's a terrible scale from 1 to 10.
Mine
But
just got
never mind. I was trying to bring this over.
It just like, well,
but you know what I was going with.
I can't even
right?
sit here and talk about Wiz because I don't know much about him. But like, he's not a. He's a good artist. He's a good artist. He's not a joke. Soulja Boy to me, I don't want to say he's just a joke because he's rich.
He's
as
a
fuck.
gimmick. He's a gimmick.
But yeah, he's almost like a puppet.
He was like the originator of that Tekashi 6ix9ine type shit, just being a troll.
That's
on the
funny you say that,
internet,
because when 6ix9ine was coming up, Soulja Boy was like, I'm 6ix9ine's like daddy or some shit like that. I'm the one that
It's
fucking
true,
created
though.
that shit. But you know what I think?
because he took over MySpace, like, or whatever the fuck it was.
Oh, yeah. No, it was MySpace. But this is for Bay Area homies, especially my homie Cheyenne who met him. But his music, he had Little B, Bass God, Little B.
I've never listened to his music
because
I don't know it. Like a lot of people,
It's hard.
a lot of people fuck with him hard though.
It's because of his character, but it's because he's so like positive. Like Little B's
Really?
fucking he's so positive. He's Bay Area. That's the pack right there.
Oh, he's part of the pack.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, I don't know.
I fuck with the pack.
That's another Bay Area. Like got my Vans on, but
When
they
that
look
came out,
like
I was
sneakers.
all about it because I was that kid. I was the fucking I'm rocking Vans, but I'm trying to make them look like sneakers. Like, you know what I mean? I'm trying to make them look hip hop.
Fifth grade.
Not trying to make them look skater. I'm trying to make them look hip hop.
Fifth grade field trip to Raging Waters, bumping on the first iPod ever, bumping fucking Vans by the Pack. Like,
Damn.
it's just shit like that is just funny.
That's
as
what's
fuck.
up, dude. I love that song. That's no one plays that anymore.
Yeah.
When's the last time you heard that song? It's got to be years. Right?
I was gonna say,
I don't even remember what the beat sounds like.
Got my Vans on, but they look like sneakers.
Oh, boom. See,
Yeah.
I don't even remember. It's crazy. I can't play it. See, I don't want to. I don't know if I want to play music on this podcast because eventually
Is that a thing? Can you do that?
No, really.
Because
I want to put it on YouTube, and YouTube will fucking.
Oh yeah, that I was saying like technically, could you actually do that though? Like incorporate music, like not like trademark, not like.
Oh, we're putting our music on
copyright
here for sure.
Not copyright, but like could you incorporate like put music in the background or whatever?
Hell yeah,
oh, yeah
bro.
That's
happening. That'll be editing later on for sure.
Alright, I'm gonna take a piss.
Take a piss. I'll keep talking. Keep going on this shit. The Sound Table Podcast, episode 1, in theory. Oskeeet 3 E's in the building. We appreciate you guys listening. We're chilling out here. Just kind of going back and forth, talking, bullshitting about rap music and what influences us and all the things that we've kind of heard in the news the last few weeks. New songs that have come out. A couple of the other albums came out, but I'm not caught up on them yet. We'll see if Oskeet's heard them or not. But I know Styles P put out a new album this week. I definitely want to check that. I'm a big fan of the Ghost Styles P. Man, I miss that made me think I miss Rough Riders. Rough Riders was a crew back in the day, and them and Cash Money when they went on that tour back in whatever it was, 99, 2000, early 2000s, whatever. Crazy to think about. But, yeah, just bullshitting about hip-hop music and the shit that's gone down. Oh, thank you, sir. Look at you. I think I've got enough vodka still.
In here?
No, I left the vodka inside. My bad. Vodka. You got ice cube stuck to your t-shirt, bro. Oh, there it goes. Boom. Hey. But yeah, shout out to I know we kind of went off subject there, but shout out to X-Rated. I wanted to give a big shout out to him because he is Sacramento represent Northern California represent out here. And him signing to I don't know much about RBC Records. I'm going to look into it, but them being distributed by Sony and Sony BMG, just that's big. That's big for an artist out here, and I'm really curious to see where it takes him and see where it goes, and see if the distribution actually gets his name back out there, and maybe even on a national level. You know, I was coming back to X-Rated.
I heard.
Or I was kind of just trying to like close it out, but on the X-Rated shit. But
all right, so
I just gave it one more shout out. You know, I just thought that was a cool thing that someone from the city was.
So what are we at? An hour?
I want to see what.
Hour and 5.
Yeah. I'd say we go.
So
maybe,
we're close out.
So like an hour and 30. I'd say maybe. What do you say?
Yeah, close out. Well, question.
Yeah.
I mean, I really don't know the logistics and the. Oh yeah, for sure.
Too, yeah.
I don't know the logistics, but the finance. Oh shit, the financial behind it. If you had an offer to, let's say you're gaining fans, gaining maybe your own revenue or whatever, but
right,
would you go to the label side of things or would you keep it independent?
That's a great question, actually. You know.
And then, mind you, I'm talking like you're starting to make a name for yourself where you can go both ways.
Oh, so you can choose. You can.
Because I'm just basing off like Joey Badass was independent. I don't know. I think Mac Miller was independent for a while, and he signed like a $10 million blah 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 with Warner. But like let's say you're starting to gain fans, and you could possibly go both ways and be successful both ways. But how would you do it?
I'd want to do it independent.
That's what I was looking for.
You know, you want to own your own masters. You want to make all that money yourself. You know what I mean? Because I have a degree in commercial music. It's just an AA degree, whatever. But it's a degree in commercial music, and I had to take a bunch of like business and music classes and stuff. And you learn about that type of shit. And you learn the old school ways of how these record companies worked, you know, and you know that was really the only avenue back then. You know what I mean? In the 70s, 80s,
oh yeah,
90s.
That's literally the only way back then.
Now we have the internet, like we were talking about earlier, so we can do it independently. We can
exactly
make our own money and own our own music. You know what I mean? Now, but I think it is kind of like a very interesting like kind of climate. I think it depends on the individual. I think you can get signed to a record company, and still keep your integrity and keep your music. And I feel like if you find a company that really believes in your shit and wants to back you and just wants to put money behind you, and you know, you may not make as much money that way, but I think as long as you own your touring rights, you know, that's the thing having a distribution deal. Okay, I'm not trying to like go super deep into it, but
let's go deep.
I'll go back. You know, one of the reasons that I was a fan of Cash Money Records in the first place when I was like 13, 14 years old was that they were independent, and I found out that they got a $30 million distribution deal through Universal Records. And I was like, that was just like thinking about, and it was like, you could just tell that they were independent. They did whatever they want. They said whatever they want. They put out whatever they want. Universal just gave them the money, and they kept raking in more money.
Yep.
Okay. Yep, up until this day, and Baby said it recently on an interview and on a podcast that, you know, it's whatever. He's already made over $2 billion in revenue.
Birdman,
yeah.
Yeah, he's Jesus.
He's still raking in cash, dude. Even to this day, even after all the controversy, after all the shit, he's got Juvenile back. He's like he's mending shit with Manny Fresh. He's mending shit with Lil Wayne again, you know. So who knows what's going on? But anyway, my point was like that was one of my things that really attracted me to that whole thing was that not just the music. The music was like I knew it was cool and shit, but like I didn't know anything else really at the time. So I just thought it was just like whatever it was what it was. But something that really intrigued me was that they were able to do it independent. They were just like they were selling records out of their trunk like Too Short did, like,
yep.
and we're already making money at it, and then got the deal, and like that. So that, like, to me, like, finding a company so that's almost like the best of both worlds, staying independent, but finding a company that believes in you so much that they'll invest money into you to distribute your music and put it out for you.
Yeah.
And all you have to do, you record all the shit, you own all the masters, you do all this, you know what I mean?
But
that's the way to do it. But my point was, I feel like the traditional record company way could work for some people, and it could work for me too. I feel like, you know what I mean, especially if I'm not trying to, like, go be super rich and famous, and just kind of like get my name out there, and then maybe eventually split.
Like, to sign. So are you saying? So what would your choice be?
My choice would be independent.
Yeah,
would be independent. If I could do it that way, I that's the way I'd really want to do it. But eventually, I'd really want to get like a company, maybe.
Because do record labels, when you or not?
But think about Rhymesayers. They all on their own. They don't have a distribution deal with any big.
You think of the Interscope. You think of Times Warner, but then you think of, and then, well, are those even labeled? Are those considered labels? Or are those just like
Warner? Warner has its own. WB has its own records.
Okay, so I was thinking that I didn't even put Rhymesayers in perspective, because I would want, if I was in this position, I'd do independent. But didn't even think about Rhymesayers. If Rhymesayers would be down, they would take care of me, because
no, yeah. Exactly. I would. That's really the only, like, record company I'd sign to them in a minute, because I know for sure. But the thing about doing that is that you already have to, and this is probably true with any label nowadays. You got to have a following behind you. You have to have, like, already like a fan base before they'll even consider you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's the same thing with Slug and Sadiq over at Rhymesayers. But my point was that you could do it like Rhymesayers. We could make Stay Earthly like Rhymesayers, like, where they don't have a distribution deal, to my knowledge, with any major record company. They've done it all on their own since day one.
Yeah.
And maybe they're not the richest record company, but they're doing it on their own, and they're able to do that for a living. Like, fuck, that's all I want to do, you know what I mean?
Because I could put it in the perspective, like...
But I'd sign to Rhymesayers in a heartbeat.
Oh, yeah, me too. Tomorrow. But, like, if they're, let's say, like...
Rhymesayers.
I feel like, Rhymesayers. Ain't good, I swear. Bananas. But, like, with independent, you have your own time. I feel like, I don't know, I'm guessing this is how it works, but if you sign to a label, you have a time limit on when this album drops, or when... It's like, you can't rush creativity.
Well... You don't know much about it, or?
No, I'm just guessing, and I feel like I've heard multiple times, and it kind of just makes sense. If you sign with a label and you're not independent, you sign with a label. They're at the end of the day, they're in control of you when you think about it.
Traditionally, how it works is, or how it used to work is, like, some record company scout would find you in a playing some shitty show, whatever, and not a shitty show, but just like some, kind of in a bar show or whatever, underground shit, whatever. Some record company would scout you, find you, or maybe you had someone backing you up or whatever. But yeah, when you get to that point where you were signing a contract with a record label, usually the way it would work was they'd give you a record advance. You'd either sign a contract for probably like an amount of albums. So, like, you'd sign like a 3-album deal or whatever. Like, you're gonna do 3 albums, you're contractually obligated to do these 3 albums.
Yeah.
And we're gonna give you an advance on each album. So, like, here's $1 million advance on your first album. Boom, $1 million in your pocket. And they just basically just give that shit to you. But you have to use that $1 million. Like, yes, that's your money to do whatever the fuck you want with, but that's all the money you get for the album, and you got to recoup that shit, all that $1 million shit. So you have to sell $1 million worth of records.
Yep.
And that's just to pay back the record company.
Yep.
Okay. And then after that, then whatever you make after that, you sell after that, then you get a percentage of. And it was maybe like a dollar per record. Maybe something like that, versus the whole $15 that the record label's getting, basically. So it was a shit deal, and they fucked over a lot of people, and and a lot of music artists and up and coming people, and it's just a music business. It's just like a fucking cutthroat shit, and that was just the way they did it. Nowadays, what I feel like people need to be careful of is what's called the 360 deal. And a 360 deal is where the record company does all that shit, but they also own the fucking rights to your tour.
Yeah, fuck
and
that.
That's not what you want. Like, so that was usually how people could make money, was like, yeah, the record company gave you this advance and you got to pay all that back on the record, but you go out and tour also to make that money back. And then you go out and you sell your own merchandise and you get all that money. They don't get your merchandising or none of that shit. That's all yours. And the shows, that's all your money. They don't get money from shows and shit. That's usually how it works. But a 360 deal is like this thing where like, oh yeah, we'll give you this extra, advance on your album or whatever, but we get all your tour money too and all your merchandising and shit. And that's not what you want. So the ideal thing is, to go independent, own your own masters, own all your own your music yourself. Put it out. You could put it out on SoundCloud tomorrow, and it might be seen by whoever the fuck, and you might be blown up by the next day. Like Post Malone did. So
exactly, and like there's the whole gotta move to LA, gotta move to SoCal to fuck. I can't be. I understand. It's a smart move for sure.
It's just the entertainment capital of the world. That's all.
I can't. I feel like I'm such a real person. I can't be surrounded by a bunch of people. It's a dog eat dog world. They're all trying to it's all cutthroat. They're all trying to make it themselves. I gotta be surrounded by. I wouldn't want to move to LA to make it. If I'm gonna try and make it, I'm gonna try and fucking make it on my own or wherever I'm at in the first place. I don't want to be surrounded by a bunch of people. It might be cool and inspiring to be surrounded by people with the same mindset and all trying to make it, but at the end of the day, I feel like a lot of the music industry, the entertainment industry itself, is fucked up and it's really fake. I feel comfortable where I'm at. I don't want to have to make a move to LA to fucking get my name out there. If my name doesn't get out there, it is what it is. I'm not gonna fucking subject myself to fakeness and
you're not gonna not be who you are.
And that's what I feel like a lot of people do. They move to LA and switch everything up and do what they can to fucking try and make it, and maybe do some shady shit to their friends, cut people off. Maybe
there's a lot of that. A lot of. So
I can't.
Sure. And you see it, and you hear about it.
And this isn't just.
But we're
recently.
We're NorCal kids. You know what I mean?
Like, it's a whole different.
It's a different vibe.
NorCal and SoCal are two different fucking worlds, man. I've said hella in front of people from SoCal, and they're like, "What the fuck is that?"
They don't like it.
We don't fucking say that shit.
I've heard SoCal, and I've heard SoCal people say it. I know it's a big thing now too. It's bigger than it used to be. But I know what you mean. Yeah, that's a hell is that's our thing.
That's NorCal, and
we love it. We use it for everything.
I hear when I hear like adults out here say it, or like, no, okay, I'm an adult, but like older people say it, and just like
I'm too old to be saying it. I still say it.
Nah,
I'm stuck with it.
You grew up in the high school. We were saying it. The hyphen movement. When I just figured out when the hyphen movement was, is right when it ended. Like I was like 2005, 2006 when I realized what the hyphen movement was.
Rest in peace to the hyphen movement.
Oh, man. See, I wish I was more involved. I'm just happy I can say I'm from that area. I'm just blessed. Well,
I thought I could be hyphy, dude. I would use like yee and shit in songs and like I'm from Sac and like and I'm not hyphy like.
But it's the same. Sac has way more of a right to be involved with the hyphen movement than let's say someone from Long Beach saying like, you know what I mean? It's for sure. Yeah, we're closer, right? At the end of the day, Bay Area is NorCal. Sac's NorCal.
That was the thing I was going to bring up earlier when we were talking about Bay Area and Sacramento rap, and the Bay Area fucks with Sacramento. It's crazy.
It's vice versa, both ways.
No, of course, but that's what I'm saying. It's obvious that Sacramento's gonna fuck with the Bay because LA. Everyone fucks with the Bay. Like you know what I mean. Like people from fucking New York fuck with the Bay hard. Like, but but also like it's just it's a California thing too. Also because like you hear Sacramento shouted out in like so many songs. And it's like, wait, that's so like even ODB like in the Mariah Carey. Sacramento in the house.
Oh yeah.
Okay, that one. Okay, California Love, obviously. Which Pac's from Oakland.
Well, that's crazy. You just say California Love. That's a not bagging on you. That's like I will say it's kind of a basic one, but Tupac was living in Oakland for a while.
No, for sure, but that's my point is that, but those were like two super famous like West Coast artists that would just shout it out Sacramento in a song. It's super random to me.
Yeah.
That one, and then there's one other one that It's Players Club. The Players Club.
Rappin' Forte.
Rappin' Forte. Shouts out Sacramento.
Yeah, that's San Francisco.
At the end of the song.
Is that San Francisco?
Yeah, because at the very end he's like, "And the motherfucking San Francisco," or the San Francisco motherfucking Bay, whatever the fuck he said.
I remember one of my favorite Tupac songs because, like, I don't even want to talk about Tupac right now because that's its own novel. But
of course, no, but yeah, we can bring
Tupac. When I listen to Tupac, it's a lot of, not because I want to be hipster, but I listen to a lot of the Tupac because he has so much music. Since forever, I listen to like really like not well known songs by Tupac that are really good. But I remember the song "Nothing But Love." The first line is straight out of Oakland, California, where we spocking on you. So it's just like shit like that. Like,
dude,
I just want the Bay to get the respect and Sac, and not even just Bay. I'm just from the Bay. I got to rep where I'm from, but
of course, I rep the Bay. I'm all about
NorCal.
the Bay.
NorCal's talented, man, and I really hope that NorCal as a region, not just Bay, not just Sac, gets the respect down the line, because I feel like the advances in technology and the younger that kids get and the shittier that the rap's getting, because I'm gonna be straight up, rap, there's so many great artists out there right now, but there's so many.
If you dig, you can find some great shit.
Oh yeah. There's so many shitty fucking rappers out now.
There's a lot of bad ones,
and like
no one wants to say it. For
example, I'm shooting fucking hoops yesterday at the park next to my house, and I'm just listening to what the kids listen to, and it's just like, oh my god, like this isn't just me hating on it. Like, kids actually think this shit's cool. Like, these kids were bumping a little Yachty song and then a little Pump song, and I was just sitting there, just like, dude, like
it's terrible. It's so bad.
And you know what, man?
Welcome to the Old Timer Podcast. But
and that's, I love being 22 years old. I love being 22 years old and having the fucking mindset of like a 40-year-old.
Exactly, bro.
I love it. I'm never gonna change it up. I'm never gonna switch it up. And if I go to a party and all these, let's say this is just a stupid made up example, but even if I was, let's say, me and a chick at the bar, like or around a bunch of people that are bumping Little Yachty, or like everyone's bumping to a song, and I will never try to fake myself to fit in. I'm never gonna fake it to fucking act like I fuck with it. To the day I die, till the casket drops, I'm gonna keep it real, not with rap, but with everything, but especially with rap. I'm not gonna say, oh yeah, that new Little Uzi Vert song's fire. Like, no, dude, I'm not gonna switch it up because that's the cool shit at the pub. I'm not gonna lie. Does that get the club bumping? Yeah, I'm not. Will Big L and Sean Price get the party jumping? No, but I don't give a fuck, dude.
But they probably could. They could have back in the day, though. That's the thing.
Yeah, exactly. But now it's just like kids really don't.
Because they played Big L in the club probably back in the day, right?
But like kids,
the hardcore hip hop spots.
But that's it doesn't even exist anymore unless you're dive deep into certain like hip hop shows or certain hip hop.
You can find it. There's a huge underground scene out here. It's a huge underground scene, and underground. I represent the underground for life. Absolutely, we're always going to be underground, right?
Rap ever is
mentality, underground mentality. Oh, for sure.
Mentality. That's all I'll say.
And it's like underground's not even really a thing anymore, to be honest. Like, if you think about it, because you have access to everything, like we're talking about on the internet. Like, you have to dig maybe to find something that you like that's really, really, really good sometimes, but not that deep. Like Joyner Lucas, like, is one of my favorites of the past year that I've like really gotten into, and you don't have to dig deep for him. That's super talented. You know what I mean? He's out there. He's maybe not on the radio every day. You know what I mean? But
I mean, you don't even know that. No one really knows. Me and my homie Joe G, one of my best friends, Joe G. Underground. Okay, well, how you said underground's not a thing. It's not a thing how it used to be. How underground was kind of its own genre, but now it's like underground is its own, like it's its own world. Like, you have to really be entwined and really be in tune with music, because I was telling you, like, I'm into the Memphis Southern. Yeah, there's like a couple crews that are like have their underground following, and it's just it's Lord Infamous, DJ, it's 3 6 Mafia and Tommy Wright and all these old they have their own. I don't know how to say it. It's just like, it's basically the new school version of Memphis. That's like my underground right now. Is like they're out there, dude. It's just you're not gonna hear it on the radio. You're not gonna see it on. It's not gonna get 1 million views on YouTube. But like if you dive deep and you really fuck with rap and you want to get it underground, it's out there. It's just
it's out there for sure.
Really, you can't just you got to study it.
Just like that's what I do. Many artists we've already mentioned earlier on the podcast. You know, Slug of Atmosphere or Sean Price or
this is what I was saying.
Black Thought. You know, any of these artists.
Oh God. You know what
I mean?
Don't get me started right now. Black Thought.
Black Thought's huge. Like they're the band on the Tonight Show. Like they're the Roots. Like everyone knows who he is now. You know what I mean? But does that mean like the majority of the country is going to go back and listen to the
Do you want
the
more?
Roots first record?
Do you want more? That album?
Do you want more? Yeah. Thank you.
Fucking even Zach De La Rocha.
Oh, Zach De La Rocha is fucking amazing. That's the thing. Like, people don't talk about it much, but yeah, that guy's an MC. That guy is a fucking rapper, man. He's a fucking dope artist.
Yeah.
And he just rapped over metal stuff, but he wasn't like singing like.
And that,
like
not even
Linkin
Zach
Park
De La Rocha,
or something,
Rage Against the Machine itself is just that. They're in my top 5 favorite bands of all time.
Hands down, me too, bro. I got to see them live. I can't believe that, man. I'm so grateful for that.
So all I say to close this shit out is
we got about 4 or 5 minutes here. Go ahead, say your last pieces. I'm gonna if you have any shout outs you want to give,
I'll shout out for shout outs. If you lasted an hour and 25 in this, first of all, I
shout out to you for
fuck out of you
for real.
If you ended, or even if you're just watching this part of the clip, but. I think
an hour and a half is a good time limit for a podcast.
But shout out, like I said, everyone that was fucking with the Stay Earthy shit, anyone that supports us, supports local artists. Man. I mean, it's a dog eat dog world. And
we're out here in Sacramento.
Yes, sir.
And we're representing the Bay to SAC. So
and if you don't, I mean, just even in, I'll just make this quick, but even in San Jose. Certain rappers or certain dudes are making raps and shit, and even if it's just your homie, you're trying to be nice, but if you don't like it, I personally feel like you don't have to not support it, but just be real with yourself, man. Be real with what you actually like, and just because certain people like shit and you want to fucking support, you can support and be a good friend or whatever, but like push and respect what you actually like and what you actually can vibe with and what you actually think is cool.
Yeah, if you have a friend that you think isn't really like your shit, but is like a hip hop artist, but I think as a true friend, you go to that person and you tell maybe you don't tell them what to do, but you say, hey man, this is what I think, it is my opinion, and maybe you should like do this instead of that, and maybe this would change this and that. Maybe an artist, we're sensitive about our shit. We don't want to take tips a lot of the times.
I don't like take. I hate.
Me neither.
From you or certain people like Swoosh when it's constructive criticism from people that I respect and I make music with. Of course, I'll take that 100%.
Absolutely.
I'm just saying,
always have an open ear.
Keep it real with yourself, man. And if you fucking. Just because everyone's liking something, it doesn't have to be a local artist. It could be a famous artist. Don't just jump on the hype because everyone else fucks with it.
Yeah, we don't fuck with the hype over here on the sound table.
Keep it real. Keep it real with what you like. Don't jump on shit because everyone likes it. Don't jump on the trends because the trends these days coming out are fucking horrible. Keep it real with yourself. That's how I am. I keep it real with myself. If I grew up with you and I still don't like your music, and if you're my buddy and I don't like your music, I'm not gonna not be your friend, but I'm not gonna rep your shit and bump it. That's just how I see it. I fuck with who I think is real.
Yeah.
Just keep it real with yourself, man. That's all I'll say. And that's Oskeeet.
Like what you like. Just do what you do. You know what I mean? Have your own opinion, and fucking that's okay. Everyone's allowed to have their own opinion.
Have your own opinion, and don't feel bad about saying it.
There you go. Exactly. Yeah, for sure.
And that's it.
Sound Table Podcast episode 1. I want to give a couple shout outs. Once again, this is your boy M Theory. I got Oskeeet 3E's in the building. We want to thank you guys once again. A couple homeboys of mine, Marty Bush. You remember Marty Bush? Another great Sacramento hip hop artist out here, part of alumni and a part of, he did the Backpack Memento records and stuff. Speaking of Brother Lynch, he will be opening for Brother Lynch coming up in June. I just wanted to, just because this is kind of a throwback to my old Subconscious radio show where I did just all Sacramento hip hop artists. I used to like promoting their shit on the show, so I wanted to promote a good friend of mine, Mighty Bush, who hooked it up and got us on a show last month. Also, my boy Hennessy, I'll get to him next. But Mighty Bush opening up for Brother Lynch Hung here in Sacramento, his hometown, Ace of Spades, on June 7th, 2019 this year. Make sure you guys get tickets there. It's at Ace of Spades in downtown Sac. Also, a big shout out to my boy Hennessy, who has a internet radio show, all about hip hop and local talent and some dope artists. That's on the 360 Radio Network over there at the 360radio.com. It is Top Shelf Radio on Tuesdays from 7 to 9 p.m. Make sure you guys go check him out. And that's West Coast time, just so you guys know, Pacific time. So shout out to Hennessy, shout out to Mighty Bush, who hooked us up with the show last month. Green Shadow Crossing, my boys.
Talented.
Stay Earthly Records.
Shout out Coast, Kalani, and D Native.
Yeah, we got the crew coming. Shout out to my boy Oskeeet, 3E's in the building. My co-host here today on our first episode of the Sound Table. We're going to try to do this hopefully once a week. And
oh yeah, and
get out an episode out there every week for you guys.
I'm not a promoter. I've always been the YouTube MP3 snatching beats off YouTube, but been doing this shit since I was 16, making my first rap with Swoosh at Lone Hill Park, and now I'm finally working on a project produced exclusively by the dude sitting right next to me.
Thank you for that. And it's definitely going down. Stay Earthly Recordings.
Authentic, cover art, all that shit. It's authentic. It's my first project, and it's the first thing I've ever actually looked forward to with music because it's all authentic. Produced by M Theory once again.
Yeah, be on the lookout. You can go to our Stay Earthly YouTube right now and check out Oskeet's video for Disgusting that we did a couple months back. I think it's what is it, youtube.com/Stay Earthly or
Stay Earthly Recordings.
Stay Earthly Recordings. Just go check and type that or type in Stay Earthly in YouTube, and Disgusting should pop up by Oskeet. Check that out. Check that video out.
It's my first video ever.
We knocked it out. Man. We knocked it out in a weekend.
That was a weekend project. That was a super, not improv, but super spontaneous project, and I'm glad it happened.
But that song will be on the album. The project is coming soon. We got a lot of music coming from Stay Earthly Records recordings, and we're gonna let you guys. We'll keep you guys filled in on that, and we'll let you know when that shit comes out too. For sure.
Episode 1. We'll come up with
episode 1. So check out Oskeet's video on YouTube. Check out my album streaming right now on my Bandcamp, mtheory.com, or excuse me, www.m-theory.bandcamp.com. Enjoy the art too. My album's out now.
Ghost in the Show, best track of the album.
All right, we are signing out of the Sound Table Podcast, episode 1. Oskeeet 3E's. Cheers.
Yes, sir.
We'll see you guys next week. Thank you guys for tuning in.